people not only in Niger State but also.
Still a chance for Ian Robin. It's
let them shoot. No problem.
Good afternoon, thanks for joining us, and this is the news at 4 at the On the Gallery TV. I'm Elede Chidima. On the news headline, Markhack 1.0 closing ceremony and the revealing of the media and marketing hackathon winner. APC chieftain disagrees with INEC over primaries deadline. 2 died in Abuja market fire. Still on the news headline, Lagos begin crackdown on Okada riders from 1st June. ASU strike now threatens to shut down international airports nationwide. On business news, Nigeria and others need $106 billion finance for agriculture. On sports news, Team Nigeria off to Morocco for African Championship. And on foreign news, Taliban order female TV presenters to cover their faces. The news in details. Markhack 1.0 closing ceremony and the revealing of the media and marketing hackathon winner. Markhack 1.0 in collaboration with GDM Group, X-Man, and Eco Innovation Center, gathering innovators, entrepreneurs, tech enthusiasts, marketing and media practitioners, industry thought leaders, policymakers, and marketing and media stakeholders at the Markhack 1.0 closing ceremony, which took place at the Podium, Ikeja, Lagos on Wednesday, 18th May 2022. Markhack 1.0, an information technology company owned by Mr. Victor Afolabi, is focused on the area of interest in media and marketing, consumer experience, consumer interaction, and recruitment, media consumption, trade and retail engagement, analytics and metrics, and event marketing, media monetization, and content creation. The closing ceremony successfully kicked off with an opening remark by Mr. Victor Afolabi, creator of Markhack 1.0. who said marketing and media landscape is a very powerful industry that shapes opinion and perceptions, driving derivatives, creates demands, and ultimately is the major driver of the economy of any organization for consumer demand and purchases. But they chose to collaborate with 100 different organizations to cooperate to co-create the anticipate for. And a goodwill message by Mr. Benga Motosho, Honorable Commissioner of the Lagos State Ministry of Information and Strategy. The hackathon Sultan developers competed for $20,000 total prize, $10,000 for the first winner, $4,000 for the second winner, third winner for $3,000 prize, with experts present as judges to select the best solution. Speaking at the event, Mr. Idorenyi Enang, president of the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, said the industry is in space. Consumer marketing has a process, and it's important that one should understand the fundamentals. The fundamentals allows one to utilize the vehicle of digital advertising and trade marketing for one to reach its ultimate customer consumer. Is Mr. Steve Babaiko, the CEO of Extreme Ideas and President and Associate of Association of Advertising Agency of Nigeria, AAN. Mr. Tunji Adenka, President X-Man, Mrs. Osarugwe Awoni, Vice President of Marketing Tarragon, and others. The event came to conclusion as the CEO and team of Live Big emerged the winner out of 10 exhibitors at the ceremony, taking the $10,000 prize home. APC chieftain disagrees with INEC over primaries deadline. A chieftain of All Progressive Congress, Benga Olawokwe Hashem, had urged the Independent National Electoral Commission against stampeding the various political parties over the conduct of their primaries. According to him, the insistence of the INEC that political parties must conduct their primaries before June 3, 2022 is not what the electoral body should impose. He said it was hypocritical that INEC, which has postponed many elections on the very day of election, could refuse to shift ground on the deadline for primaries. Olawokwo Hashim, presidential candidate of People Trust during candidates or people trust during the 2019 election said while the Electoral Act remained clear that political parties have 180 days to election to submit their nomination, which is in August. He also argued that while INEC has the power to draw election timetable, it has no such power over the timetable for parties' primaries. 2 died in Abuja market fire. Section of a timber market in Deide, a suburb in Abuja, was caught by fire following a clash between traders in the aftermath of a woman's death. Many traders suffered huge losses as a result of the fight. It was gathered that the clash assumed ethnic dimension between Igbo traders and the northern youth, as the woman who fell off a commercial motorcycle was crushed to death by an articulated vehicle. Another version said the woman was hit by an Okada man. A mob set the motorcycle ablaze, an action which resulted in a counter-reaction from the commercial motorcyclist. The Okada men reportedly mobilized in large numbers and attacked traders, setting the timber market, mainly owned by Igbo traders, on fire. One of the traders, Obiora Nwemeka, said he lost timber worth over ₦1 billion in the incident. Irate youth yesterday burned fighting equipment and the office of the Federal Fire Service in Abuja following the outbreak of hostility among traders and the commercial motorbike riders. The FFS authority condemned the attack on the station, which was not within the market area where the incident erupted. Still on the news, Lagos begin crackdown on Okada riders June 1st. The Lagos state government have directed security operatives to enforce a ban on commercial motorcycles, popularly beginning from June 1st. The move is aimed at curtailing the unruly activities of motorcyclists in the state. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu gave the directive yesterday during a meeting with the State Commissioner of Police, area commanders, and divisional police officers (DPOs) at the State House, Ikeja. Sanwo-Olu said that the total ban on Okada riders is on all highway across the 6 local government areas and 9 local council development areas of the state. He said that with effective from June 1st, security operatives should enforce the prescription order across the listed council. The affected councils are Etiosa, Ikeja, Surulere, Lagos Island, Lagos Mainland, and Apapa, and the total ban orders extend to all LCDAs under the listed council. According to him, the fresh Okada ban followed the February 2020 restriction placed on the activities of the commercial motorcycles. Asukra now threatens to shut down international airports nationwide. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, in conjunction with the National Association of University Students, have threatened to shut down all international airports nationwide in continuation of its protest to end the lingering strike of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. NANS, in a statement by its Southwest Coordinator, Adeboye Olatunji, said the federal government should prepare for another round of murder of all battle with the closure of all international airports nationwide. The union said it has put all its members on red alert, threatening that it could resist any attempt by the security operative to prevent the protest from taking place as scheduled. And the strike action was called off in less than 24 hours before the first-class citizen could be affected. On business news, Nigeria and others need $106 billion finance for agriculture. A commercial agriculture for smallholders and agribusiness CASA program has estimated about 220,000 agribusiness small and medium enterprises (SMEs) in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia needed about $106 billion to meet their business demand. The CASA program is a flagship program of the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office (FCDOs) and is intended to increase global investment in agribusiness, which trade with smallholders in equitable commercial relationship, increasing stakeholders' income and climate resilience. In report, the state of the agri-SME sector Bridging the finance gap, Castle noted that out of $160 billion US financing requirements, banks, impact investors, and other financial intermediaries were able to provide only $54 billion US. The report stated that almost all climate funding is targeted as migration measure rather than supporting way for the agriculture to adapt to the climate crisis, with less than 2% of global climate finance, or $10 billion US being channeled to small-scale agriculture. It noted that the market was characterized by a small group of high-potential SMEs at the top served by private equity, a much larger set of relatively matched companies in the middle financed by banks, and a bottom of the market of lower-performing companies that are reached by highly concessional finance providers, if at all. On sports news, Team Nigeria off to Morocco for African Championship. Nigerian contingent to this year African Wrestling Championship in El Jadida, Morocco, will depart the country today for the tournament, which runs from 17th to 22nd May. The delegation, which is made up of 13 wrestlers, 10 women and 3 men, 2 national team coaches Purity Aku and Victor Okodai, top-class referee Usman Yusuf, and Assistant Secretary General of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation, NWF, Catherine Ojiako. Will leave the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, on Thursday night via a Turkish airline flight. Arrived the host nation in the early hour of Friday morning. Olympic silver medalist Blessing Oburududu, 68 kg, who is gunning for an 11th consecutive African title, headlined the list of Team Nigerian wrestlers at the tournament. The Commonwealth champion, who entered the record book last year, becoming Nigerian first ever wrestler to win a medal at the Olympic, is unbeaten on the continent since 2010. The all-conquering women team will get on the mat on Saturday, 21st May, with the men following suit on the final day of the competition, 22nd May. At the tournament, the ever-impressive Nigerian wrestlers will be guided by experienced coach Aku and Kodai, a 14-time African champion in his active days. On foreign news, Taliban orders female TV presenters to cover their faces. The Taliban Authority on Thursday issued an official order that female journalists in all Afghan media outlets must cover their faces while appearing on television. Afghan local media reported on Thursday that the authority had informed all television stations that the new order is final and not up for discussion. Images of women anchors and presenters circulated on social media on Thursday with masks covering their faces. One television producer said the order stated that only the eyes of the female presenter must be visible. The latest rule came shortly after the Taliban made face veil mandatory for all Afghan women appearing in public. A Taliban official said that earlier in March, the Taliban banned all visual foreign media outlets, including BBC and German broadcaster Deutsche Welle. As official, we are unable to check unchecked content, including the reporter's attire. Since the Taliban returned to power, the headliners have imposed several restrictions on media outlets and clamped down on human rights in Afghanistan. Journalists have been beaten and detained for their jobs. Girls and women have been deprived of many of their rights, including to education, work, and movement. And that's all we have on the Gallery TV News Update at 4. I'm Eleje Chidima. For more information, do visit us via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.
Life of people not only in Niger State, but also
Still a chance for Ian Robin. It's
Let him shoot, let him shoot. No problem.
That the government upgrades
This is the vision is the long overstatement on ethnic
He accused the APC lead